Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Today we're looking at what to do with bits of scrap. So I had this sort of long strippy piece, I had this piece, and what I've done is I've cut some of the flowers out. I've got one more to do on this one because I think one went flying somewhere and I can't find it. So literally, you know, this is right at the edge, but it doesn't matter. All I'm going to do is to roughly just sort of cut round it like that to make a flower shape. It's quite an abstract one. This is some designer series paper from quite a while back, which, you know, we all save it, but these are little tiny sort of strippy pieces, and I thought, you know what, and I'm just going to round that off so it'll sort of fit. And I'm going to put that with there. So we've got 3 flowers from here because working in threes is good, and 3 flowers from this one. And now I'm like, okay, so what can I do with these pieces here? So I thought, let's just make some strips. So if we take this one, and you can see there is only little sort of tiny bits of it left, but let's take it into the trimmer. Take it down to here like that, and then I'm just going to take this down at a 1/4 of an inch. I think probably that's going to be a little bit more, but I'm just going to take it into some strips that are a 1/4 of an inch. So let me go down. It's quite good, this one, because it actually measures it in quarters, so I can just take it down, and it doesn't matter if they're not exact because you can do it as it is. Let's take that to there. See if I can get that one down, and with a bit of luck I might be able to get, I might even keep that one like that actually. Okay, so I've got a few little strips like that. I've still got this bit, so what I can do with this is to just square this bit up and take that way, and I've got that squared up, so that's another piece, or rectangled up, and I think I can actually get rid of that. If I wanted to, I could take it, so this is my waste not want not, let's take it that way and take it that way. As I say, as long as you've got a reasonable, ooh, that's not going to be quite enough, is it? I might get away with that. It's got a little tiny nibble out of it. So I am literally just throwing away little tiny bits like this, and that can go into the bin. And then this one, I need to try and measure this because it's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to try and take it to my card size, which is going to be 5 1/4. I want an inch spare, so I'm going to do it to 5 inches, I think. So let's do it to 5 like that. I'm going to take it down to there, and then I'm literally just going to take these pieces across. So where does that come to? So I'm going to take them across a 1/4 of an inch again, and just quickly, I'm doing this quickly, you take more time, but I just wanted to show you how you can quickly make a card just out of some of your scraps. So this is just going all the way along at a 1/4 of an inch. Just measure it up at a 1/4 of an inch, and I'm taking it as far as I can on here and just working my way along. And as soon as I get to a bit where I can't go anymore, then I will stop, which is probably that one. Okay, I'm going to leave that for now, but again, you can square that off and you can use that for a little sentiment. So the message of this is don't waste any of your scraps. So let's have a little look and see. Oops, sorry, I just knocked that with my head. I've got these 2 pieces here, and I've got this piece here, so we can have a look and see. So let's have a look and see what we can do with this. I've just done some simple mats to just have a look and see, And let's start with this one. And I've just done blues because there's blue in the background, but again, it doesn't have to be precise. So if I take, quite like that size of that one, and then maybe one like that, and maybe one like that. So if I take 3, 1, 2, and I'm going to take this piece and move it that way, I think probably. And I'm putting it down reasonably. Oh, that's got the little piece in there, so let's take it that way and put that one in on top. So we'll have this one in, coming in on top of that one, so it's slightly different. And then you can put you could just put one flower down at the bottom like that. That would be an option. You could put a flower in on the center, keep it simple, put a sentiment down at the bottom. So that sort of gives you a little rough idea of things. Now let's just work at it properly how I was going to do it. So these ones, I'm going to take these and I'm just going to lay them down in strips. Okay, so we can take, oh, that's interesting. There's not much of a difference on that one, is there? Oh, there probably isn't on these ones, but there is a little bit of a difference. So what I would do is to just put them in together like this. So we've got one going one way, one going the other way. So there's a little bit of pattern difference, not a lot. I'm not gluing it all down now because it'll take too long, but I just want to give you the idea of what to do. So literally you can work them out. You can leave the space. You can see the spaces are getting bigger on this. It really doesn't matter how you work it out. But if you put this like this in here, okay, so for example, that could be one card. Put a nice sentiment like that. You could use this piece in on the center, pop your sentiment in, and you've got one card. So let's take that one as one, like that. As I say, I'm not gluing it down because it will take too long, and I don't want my videos to be too long because they're working at the moment for you guys that are, you know, fairly short and punchy. So that's what I'm trying to keep it. Now this one has got a wider border, so I think this is probably more 1/2 inch than 3/4 inch. That's fine, that's just how it turned out. Now I like these ones, so what I would do on here to just keep it plain and simple is to take these 3 like that, put them up onto dimensionals, and just have that like that with maybe just a very simple sentiment in on here. So I could take that across on there and just pop your, so put that in like that, and then just pop your sentiment in over the top on there. And again, you've got something nice. You could cut it down to there. It's entirely up to you. These are just ideas. As I say, I try and give you ideas. Okay, so this is a smaller one. So on here, we can quite easily just put something like that in on the center, so that gives you your square. And just put that there. Okay, and then we can just take one of these, so this is a large one, and I just put that just in on the center, up with a dimensional, and then I just put a sentiment at the bottom. So that's another idea. Let's have a look at this one. What have we got left? We've got a couple of these. Now I don't normally do things in 2s, but if we break it up with, so we've got 1, 2, just put that there so we can see it. And I've still got lots more strips, so I could probably make 6 cards out of this. This would have to be my 3rd piece. So do I want it in, I might actually have it in that one. And we'd need to turn it the other way up because, as you can see, we've got a little tiny piece out of here. Doesn't matter. So even if you've got strips where you've got little pieces cut out, and then I just put these in there. So that gives me let's put it down like that. That gives me my 3. Clean and simple. Keep it exactly like that. If I wanted to add another piece, I could take this. I think that's probably a nice colourway, and just pop that in that way, and then put this one on top like that. Oops. As I say, I'm not gluing it because I don't want it to take up too much time, but you can see on there you've got another style. There's enough on here to make another one of these quite easily. And you can do all sorts of patterns, as you know. You can do them across, you can do them down, but this gives you an idea of what you can do with some tiny little strips, or just tiny bits of paper that you've got left over, and not to waste anything. You see on here, I can trim that off to make that square. That gives me a sentiment piece. That gives me a middle piece on here, so I can get another card. Don't waste anything. Try and use it in different ways, and have a look at your papers and see what papers you've got that would work with something like that. I think that looks beautiful. I think that looks beautiful. I think that's really stunning, that one with the dark and the light on there. That's fine, clean and simple. You know, you don't have to make it overly complicated. You know, I could just put another piece in along here. So I've got that in like that. That works quite nicely. Trim it off. You've got that in there. And again on this one, so let's just do this quickly. So that in on there. Let's take one of these long strips. Which one do I like? I think I like this one because it's got a lot of greens and blues in. And again, just take it along here. Bring it in, and you've got... Move these across a little bit. You've got another look to it. So play around with your little pieces of paper that you've got left over, and make some lovely cards. As I say, I can make 6 cards quite easily just out of those scraps. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.